only NFA will be the one to intervene. Oo. So, wala pa yung qualification for importation. Can we get that clarification?
Under the new RTL po, after the
Pwede,
declaration of the food security emergency, the DA can direct me to sell the rice stocks that we have. Hindi po absolute na sila po ang bibili sa amin. Just direct
Correct,
me
yes.
to
So
release it in
LGUs,
the market.
diba? You are targeting LGUs,
LGUs,
DSWD,
Kadiwa,
oo.
anyone except for private sector.
Yes. So, DA, my question to DA now is, wala pa kayo sa level na yon ng importation. Am I correct? Based on the declaration, incoming declaration.
Wala pa, sir. Yes.
Oo. So, Asika Ubero, tama po ba na yun din ang expectation natin?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, I suggest i-review ng DA yung wording ng batas, ano? Yung section na sa mga amendments natin, ano? Section 6, powers of DA. You have enough powers at your disposal. You have enough tools to address this problem. Just be creative, innovative, aggressive, dynamic. You test the limits of the power granted to you by law. Nakalagay dyan, the DA may sell existing NFA rice buffer. So tama sinabi ni admin, DA will direct. Di ba? DA will direct NFA. No? So, ang magbebenta, DA. Magsesell, DA. No? Ang bibili sa farmers, DA.
Yes,
to
sir.
NFA. Kasi ang NFA ang may network ng buying stations sa buong Pilipinas. Ano? So, this is a law na nakalagay klarong-klaro. Just be dynamic and aggressive. No? Parang anemic ang DA.
No, sir. Mr. Chair.
Paggawa,
Sir, we can
powers at your disposal. We have given you enough tools.
we can do that provided that there's a food security. So iniintay lang naman natin
Kaya
yung
nga,
food security emergency, sir.
Sabi nga ni Kong Estelle, emergency, papaikuti pang papel. Di ba, pag may sunog, emergency. Magkaparan pa ba yung bombero sa kanya mga superiors bago siya maka umalis sa istasyon, di ba?
So
in
ngayon,
sense of urgency, we have been
within 2
grappling with this
days-
problem ever since.
Kasi masyado na tayong ano. Within 2 days, makukuha natin yung emergency. Boss, 2 days na. So, ikaw, magkano ba mabebenta mo? Ilan doon bulok na bulok na?
Wala naman pong bulok na kasi regular ang ating testing po doon.
So, if you can refresh, from which authority does it come from? Because refreshing presupposes that you sold and bought.
Ang refreshing po, once ma-unload namin yung stocks, whether
So you
it's...
have an authority to refresh.
Yes, meron po.
So that's virtually selling and buying.
Yes, sir.
So in other words, because your normal losses per kilo is 6 pesos. Logistics plus processing. Tama ba? Naka-built-in na dapat yan, di ba? So sa bawat ikot, nawawalan kayo ng 6 pesos. Tama ba?
Roughly 10 pesos po.
Roughly 10 pesos. So ibig sabihin, yung 5 billion mo, sa pangalawang ikot niya, 4.5 na lang siya. 4.5 ba?
Mr. Chair, can I interject?
We have to jump na kasi. Can we've been stuck with rice like anything?
Rice is the biggest problem, Mr.
Yeah,
Chair.
Mr. Chair, if I
But
may
meat
suggest,
is also a problem.
if I may suggest, Mr. Chair, sa NFA, considering na pag ngayon ka nagbenta, let's say meron ng emergency, nagbenta ka, nalulugi ka ng 10 pesos. Pero makakabili ka ng mura eh. So, pwede mong i-balancing eh, na hindi umabot na 10 pesos ang iyong mabibili, ang iyong malulugi. Let's say, magkano mo ibebenta yung lugi ka ng 10 pesos?
From 48 to 38 ho yun eh.
Pwede mong in between eh.
Pwede
Diba?
po yun. Pwede naman po
And
yun.
then, bumili ka ng mura, mababawi mo yung nalugi sa'yo. Di ba?
Oh, God.
Mababalance mo. Then continuously, yung pera tutuloy-tuloy yan. Dahil mas mura ngayon ang farm gate price. Di ba?
They are mandated to buy higher than
Yeah. Dati 27 ang bili mo. How much?
policy.
Kaya ka nalugi ng 10 pesos. How much ang bili mo dati?
27 po.
27. Magkano
20.
ngayon ang farm gate price?
Sa mga local
23. 23 based kay PSA.
20.7
20 pesos eh.
20.70
And
pesos.
So,
then
ibig
it's fine.
sabihin, pwede mong bilhin ng mas mataas, let's say, hindi 27, maaaring 23 or 24. And then, diliit na yung malulugi sa'yo sa susunod na cycle.
Pag 20 kasi, wala na magtatanim.
No. 23 or 24 pesos, not 27.
20, sinabi, sir. Can we have this? Para lang, I will immediately back to rice. Can I ask for your indulgence? Kasi nasasayang yung mga oras ng mga executives. I know the people want lower rice price. Pinagbigyan mo ako kahapon, pagbigyan mo ulit ako ngayon. Alam ko, may I recognize, of course, from the powerful delegation of Bukidnon, La Arnie, Lavin Roque, Representative Steve Chongbian Solon, and of course, so now, and Congressman Dagook, you want a last comment on rice, Stella?
Well, earlier, Mr. Chair, you
Pati ikaw.
had a statement, Mr. Chair, that
Hindi tayo makaalis sa this.
importers had nothing to do with the high prices of rice. Parang ganon. So, ang comment ko lang po doon sa statement na yon is it's somewhat counterintuitive considering that doon po sa findings namin po ni Chair Mark doon sa onion cartel, yun po ang naging, kumbaga, root cause naman nung onion cartel. Doon nag-umpisa, etc. So, gusto kong malaman from PCC, dahil nung first hearing natin, binigyan natin sila ng homework na
Straight from Oxford.
nasaan na po
PCC,
ba ang PCC, na kung tinignan na po ba nila, meron na ba
Yes.
silang any action with respect to the rice market?
I think you should get PCC because straight from Oxford, say something. Grabe, kayo very powerful Oxford. Ma'am, hindi kasi ako, marami sa amin nakakabili ng 37 from importers.
But it's very variable, ha?
No?
There's a big variation. I know. I mean, every time I walk the streets, I check the prices.
Where's Gideon?
Good.
Can you now, then after you, si Admin Gillian, kasi he has to leave. PCC?
Yes, good morning, Chair.
Hindi si Oxford ang pinasalita. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So what we've done so far is we've isolated the ports of entries with the highest arrivals of imports,
Okay.
and we're correlating it with the areas with deficiencies. So if we see that the areas with deficiencies are also the places with high imports and the prices are not moving down, so we look into those importers in those areas.
It's not going down.
If it's not going down,
If
then we
it's-
will look into those importers who are having their imports arrive at those ports. But we cannot identify them yet, Chair, because
Sa
still-
madaling salita, Mr. Chair, masyado kasing highfalutin. Doon sa mga lugar na kung saan maraming rice importers, tama ba ako, Attorney Christian, ay ang natuklasan ninyo, ay doon din ang mga presyo ng bigas ay hindi bumababa.
there are some, Mr. Chair, that we have
Wait.
identified.
Pero in fact, ang ang expectation
The
natin
expectation
ay
is-
dapat bumababa.
Yes.
Kasi syempre, pag nag import ka, mas marami ang supply at mas mababa ang presyo.
Yes.
Yun na nga kinatatakutan ng mga magsasaka kasi mababa nga ang presyo ng bigas from other countries.
Yes, Chair.
So,
We're still looking into those areas and specific importers who are operating in those areas.
so yun po. Kaya, that's the reason for why sinasabi ko, Chair, na pasensya na po medyo. We differ in that opinion.
Kasi miniting ni Secretary lahat ng mga yan sa Bulacan eh. Tapos nagkaroon ng parang understanding na everybody will sell at 37, basically.
Hindi, yun nga po. But so, sana po we cannot, let's just not dismiss hastily
No, I'm not saying, wala na akong mapiga eh. So anyway, there is PCC.
let's not hastily dismiss the possibility na merong cartel,
Collusion.
may collusion, may cartel, may magic na nangyayari sa presyo ng bigas at may pagsasabuatan na ang pwedeng involved dyan ay ang mga importers.
Okay, anyway, since Customs is here and they have their principal intellectual here, Jet, can you, what's the average price of the importers at going through the BOC?
Your Honor, if we are to base it on their declaration, what we computed before was about 36 pesos per kilo. If that's based on their value declaration of 0.5 per kilogram in dollars. So that should be about 36 something, Your Honor.
36 landed cost. So,
Yes, Madam Chair. That's at least based on, that's our computation based on their declared value.
so anyway, ang alam naman natin, and based on yung hearings po namin sa onion cartel, hindi ko naman sinasabi na parehong-pareho, but syempre, hindi naman yun base lamang dun sa landed cost. Alam naman natin na it's in the way that they manipulate the stocks. Yun naman po yun. Kasi kung hawak nila napakaraming stocks and at the same time, kapag sila rin ang bumibili ng local production, in which case they're now able to monopolize both local and imported, yun na po, doon na po pumapasok yung pag-manipulate ng pag-release ng stocks doon po sa merkado. And in the end, yun po ang nagdidikta kung anong presyo po sa merkado.
I will not debate you, but imports account for only 22% of the total supply.
Yes, so it has to do with it has
78%.
yes, that's true. But it has to do with if the importing entity is also the one that purchases the local produce, then they now control both local and imported, which was what we found with the onion cartel.
Okay, we will keep that.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair,
Mr. Chair,
this additional.
Yes, Pancho.
Mr. Chair, I agree with the Honorable Stella Kimbo, Mr. Chair, na we cannot disregard the participation of importer kung bakit nagkaroon tayo ng price increase. Kasi in the first place, ang transaction nag-start po sa importer natin. Then pasa sa wholesaler, then pasa sa retailer po natin, then pasa sa consumer. So may participation sa kanila talaga na nagkakaroon ng price increase. Pag dineclare nila talaga kung magkano yung expenses nila, yung tracking nila, driver, maintenance, diesel nila, toll gate nila, doon natin makikita na ina-add nila yun unti-unti. Doon sa mga wholesaler natin.
We
and
will
retailer po
review
natin.
our records because we had spent 3 days with that. And at the end of the day, how can 22% dictate 78%? Then it's not the importer anymore. Then you. Anyway, I don't wanna. It's actually virtually the government inability to intervene if you will ask me.
Kasi Mr. Chair, yung
Because
importer ang
the-
magdidictate ng price eh.
Di po. In fact, sila they're shifting the supply curve to the right. So therefore, it increases the supply in the market. Ang problema ko nga, baka bumagsak yung presyo.
Eh, kasi
Mr.
Which,
nag-i-import sila
just
ng
the last
Bodan
point.
doon sa-
Yun nga po di ba? In theory, tama po yun. Pero yun ang tanong, bakit hindi natin nakikita yung 36 peso rice in the market? Yun ang misteryo. So tama naman, kung yung 36 pesos, landed cost ng importers, bakit hindi po natin nakikita ang 36 peso rice in the market?
Okay.
So yeah, that's the mystery. So,
we will,
something is happening.
I am taking back my,
Yes
that
po.
we discharged them because we couldn't make piga anything anymore from them. Because all of them individually, pinatingnan na ho natin sa AMLA, ang lahat po na bank records ng mga importers. So, pinatingnan na rin ho natin sa BIR. So, para klaro if they are making obscene profits or if not, they're not declaring. So, we'll do an Al Capone. We will catch them where it hurts. So,
No,
we're
no,
doing
yes.
it two ways. I couldn't catch them by their declarations here. But we will catch them by AMLA. Actually, the AMLA is up the back. But I wouldn't want to make kasi they cannot make public until they have their, and then we have the BIR essentially looking into their filings. So we are doing two-pronged, but I don't want to.
No, yes, and that's the reason for why, Mr. Chair, I asked PCC kasi talagang nasa kanila po ang mandato, and I really hope that PCC takes this seriously, and they actually did an excellent job dun sa onion cartel. Ang tanong ko na lang, kailan niyo po ba decisionan finally ang onion cartel case? Because they've completed the investigation, but it is now with the commission for the final decision. PCC, para naman finally
Christian?
maniwala na ang sambayan ng Pilipino sa kakayahan ng PCC sa pag-enforce against cartels. I think to see is to believe, di ba, PCC? Once you've been able to finally make a decision on the onion cartel case, maniniwala na kami na, okay, kaya nyo pala. Kasi without that, ako lang yata ang naniniwala sa inyo.
Di naman.
It's the commission who decides, Chair, but I will remind them, Chair.
Please. And ako, so, Chair, let's just please support the PCC kasi ako ang pagtingin ko talaga.
But they are
Because
also
they do
the
have the
one-
personnel, they have the expertise. Tingin ko talaga sila ang makaka-solve ng rice cartel problem po. Or
But the-
mystery.
But the last time they came up with the report, they said that there is no intertemporal collusion in the rice markets.
That was a
Can you,
that was a different circumstance, Mr. Chair.
But that's quite different from what I heard today.
This one
Yeah.
is different naman, Chair,
I don't
because we
want to
have
debate
RTL
you.
and-
We're debating on the same guy making the different statement. And it's on paper. And I took them to task because the concept of intertemporal price collusion was not considered. Anyway, can we, I don't want to be a
Mr. Chair,
debate with. Yes,
Mr. Chair.
that's the last word.
Yes, sir.
Ikaw muna.
Yes, may I yield, Mr. Chair,
Okay, Nick.
first to the Honorable Briones.
Mr. Chair, malinaw na merong hinahanap tayong 7 pesos yung effect noong baba ng 20% tariff. 7 pesos din doon sa baba ng world market price. Hindi natin pwede sabihin na walang nagkumita o nagsamantala. Ang problema natin, hindi natin mahanap dahil walang naghahanap. Ang sinasabi ko, Mr. Chair, yung tinanong ko last meeting, nasaan yung enforcement group na dapat ay manggagaling sa National Council? Sinuggest ko sa ating mga agency, ano na ang status para makombine yung National Council, magkaroon ng enforcement group, yung NBI, PNP, at hanapin kung sino yung nagsamantala doon sa nawawalong 13 or 14 pesos na supposed to be binaba ng presyo ng rice na hanggang ngayon hindi pa bumababa. So, kung sasabihin merong PCC, pero matagal nang wala naman tayong nakikita. This time, meron tayong pagkakataon. Subukan natin yung enforcement group na makikreate ng National Council dito sa ating bagong batas na Anti-Agricultural Economic Sabotage Act, Mr. Chair. Pwede ba matanong yung taga-DA, NEDA, and DTI, Mr. Chair, kung anong nangyari doon sa sinasuggest natin, na i-recommend natin kay Presidente na kaagad ma-convene yung National Council para magkaroon ng task force na mag-iimbestiga at na makita natin sino ang nagsamantala doon sa kumita ng 13 or 14 pesos per kilo, Mr. Chair.
Yeah, I think we will properly dispose of that motion at the appropriate time. But in the meantime, we just want
Yes.
everybody to, as the speaker has ordered, to hear all sides in the meantime. Yes, it will, COMSEC, please note that there is a pending motion to seek that the President form a task force to investigate kung saan napunta yung 7 pesos. Okay, Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I will be very brief. Just for housekeeping lang, Mr. Chair, in the previous hearing, we requested through the COMSEC the presence of Horizon Free Enterprise Incorporated. Are they here today? COMSEC?
Yes, Your Honor, the BOC has to confirm the whereabouts of Horizon Free Enterprise as its given address at University Conscience Flats, Quiapo is not a tenant thereto.
Yes. As COMJET, as you've committed to us, you had, I think, a division that could track down this corporation.
Your Honor, according to to our offices in the intelligence group, I think they were able to relay the invitation to the, well, they have with us a recorded responsible officer. We require that in every customs accreditation. So there was a relay on this to the responsible officer of that corporation, which confirmed the receipt of your invitation, I guess. And so we're assuming, Mr. Chair, that we
Yes.
should
So, ASCOM, what is the reason for the discrepancy in their declaration sa address nila?
We're checking now, Your Honor, but as far as we've looked at our records, they're still in the same address. There's just I think a temporary stoppage of their operation according to them. But again, there's a verification being conducted by the intelligence.
So just to be
group now.
clear, kasi mali yung address na binigay. Di ba? So na-locate ninyo, pero nasa iba yung address nila.
Yung po yung address na naibigay sa amin, yun din po yung na-check namin, Your Honor.
So it is confirmed now that it is a legitimate address and a legitimate corporation.
That's how, as far as the feedback given to us, Your Honor. Because we checked the address, it's just that the operation, I think, has already stopped.
But they are number one. They're the number one importer.
Yes, yes.
Para nag-stop yung operations nila na they have 205 million kilos na sila number one dito sa list ninyo.
Yes, Your Honor. And
they stopped operations and
they've not. What I mean is that they've not yet imported again. So we've checked on their addresses, and I think that was the explanation. Maybe there were some people who were not there when the invitation was being.
Yes, but there's a certification from the barangay captain that no corporation exists.
Yes, Your Honor. That's why we would like to ask for that, because a continuing investigation is now being conducted by the Bureau on why all of a sudden they can receive the we've actually had the responsible officer explain this particular.
Why don't you look for them? They are from Iloilo.
Yes, yes, Your Honor. We will actually issue a subpoena also relative to this matter for the investigation division to allow these importers to explain why that particular feedback was given to this honorable committee.
Yes. Okay. So anyway,
Chair Mark?
yes.
Chair Mark,
Yes,
have
Don
you
Pulste.
asked about your specific?
Yes, BPI. Is BPI here?
Well,
BPI.
Kasi they're supposed to submit their GISs, etc., di ba?
Correct. Yeah. Who is representing BPI? Assistant Director Ruel. Yes. Are you familiar with this corporation?
Copa? Hindi naman kasi tinakot na natin yan. Ayaw na nga, ang problema, ayaw na import. Kaya parang inaano ko lang kasi baka lalo magkaroon tayo ng problema sa Sinermunan.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Director Ruel. So, is Horizon Free Enterprise Incorporated registered with BPI? At saka yung SP6. Can you confirm that you've issued SPSICs for this corporation?
Yes, they are registered. And
Have you validated their address?
here our representative of quarantine, Henrik, please.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. I'm Henrik Exconde from the National Plant Quarantine Services Division. Horizon Free is a licensed importer of BPI, and they submitted the documents during licensing. And we also have an inspection report conducted as one of the requirements for the license. But upon validation, since we heard from the Congress that the address given, they are not present in that address, we verified and went to their office, and it was confirmed that they are not present in the office they presented. So we issued a show cause also. We issued a show cause order to that company to explain why the discrepancy on the address they submitted to our office during licensing. So the status of their company as of today is they are suspended from the issuance and importation of rice.
So there are no pending applications for 2025?
Yes, yes, Mr. Chair.
Yes, who is the registered owner?
I'm going to check, sir, the registered owner.
So anyway, Ascomjet, may ano, di ba? Meron yata silang parang representative that you get to deal with, di ba?
There's a responsible officer, Your Honor,
officer,
that I think replies to some communications.
So they have already acknowledged the invitation, that this person has acknowledged the invitation of this committee.
As far as we were informed, Your Honor, they acknowledged that particular communication. But again, I'll ask the intelligence group to look into it again.
Yes, please. I hope, is NBI here? Baka pwedeng, Mr. Chair, with your pwede bang ano? Anyway.
ComSec, please prepare a letter directed to the NBI to look into the particulars of this.
When was their last legit importation? Would you know? And that as of when? And when was their last legitimate importation?
Last year, between January to October, I suppose.
Nasaan si BPI? Specific naman yun dun sa specific na ginamit, di ba? So you can tell.
Yes, Mr. Chair. I'm just going to check their last record. Thank you.
Baka pwede pasama na rin yung ano, their 2023, 2022 application for SP6.
Yes, Mr. Chair, I will include those records.
So, well, anyway, habang hinahanap para po, in the interest of time, bibilisan ko na rin, Mr. Chair. Is Atara Marketing here? I was given the impression that we have a representative from Atara.
Oh, obviously she's a lawyer.
Unfortunately, Mr. Chair, we also invited, as mentioned earlier, two said companies, Top Seed Agri and Northern Success Consumer, who are not present today. But Comsec, can you confirm that they received our invitation?
Your Honor,
Mr. Chair?
Top Seed is represented by Attorney Regidor Karingal.
Yes, thank you. Well, anyway, Mr. Chair, the last time they were not invited, they were not part of our hearings. This is the first time. This is the first time, am I correct, that you have attended on behalf of your client?
Good morning, Mr. Chair. We attended previously. We attended in the previous hearings po.
The first one.
Yes, Your
So
yes,
you
Mr.
have
Chair.
complied also with the request of the submissions by the chair?
I will check with our client, Mr. Chair.
Yes,
if we have already
with
submitted
regards
the
to your
documents.
GIS, BIR records, income tax returns.
I will check with our client, Mr. Chair, and I will ensure that it will be submitted to this committee.
So,
Yeah, within the day.
yes, we will need that within the day. Just for Top Seed, sir, have you submitted these required documents? Sir, sa mic po, please.
Good morning, Mr. Chair, Your Honors. We will undertake, Your Honor, to submit the documents that will be required by this committee, Your Honor.
And sir, you are representing Top Seed.
Top Seed, Your Honor.
Oh.
Attorney Regidor C. Karingal, Your Honor.
Sige, thank you, attorney. And for Northern? Northern Success Consumer.
Good morning, Your Honor. Mr. Chair, Your Honors. Attorney Ariel Jawid for Northern Success, Your Honor. Yes, we also commit to submit all the records as requested by this committee.
Yes, thank you. So, attorney, may I just be clarified with regards to the 2024 importation volume of...
I'm sorry, Your Honor, I'm not aware of the
Can
details.
you, yes, can you please?
Yes, I will also ask my client to provide all the pertinent records, Your Honor.
Yes, yes, for 2022 to 2024.
I think it's only 2023, Your Honor.
2023.
Yes, and 2024.
Sige, please, I will be needing the...
Yes, Your
baka
Honor.
as soon as possible, attorney, baka pwedeng mahabol mo naman. I'm just asking for the volume, the rest.
Okay, Your Honor.
Sa susunod na pagkakataon na lang, attorney.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you,
So,
Your
the
Honor.
volume baka matawag mo lang.
Volume,
please.
yes, Your Honor.
Oo. And that's also the same for Top Seed Agri. Attorney, may I request please for the detailed volume that you imported for 2023 and 2024?
Yes, Your Honor. We will verify the records and we undertake to submit, Your Honor.
Yes, so baka pwede matawag na rin. And then
Yes, yes.
I will get back to you later on.
Yes, Your Honor. We'll try to contact our principal, Your Honor.
Sige, please. Thank you very much. And the same for Atara Marketing?
Yes, Mr. Chair, we will submit within the day.
Yes, thank you. So I will just briefly move on, Mr. Chair. Lastly, sa rice, pasensya na po, Mr. Chair.
It's okay.
I would like to ask the rationale behind the MSRP. It was, I think, explained to us by Yusek Asis Perez in the previous hearing. And I just noticed that I think there was a price set. So ibig sabihin nandun po yung cost niya. Pero pinatong ninyo 12 pesos because of the supply chain. So, Yusek Chris, are you familiar with that?
Sir, it was based on cost analysis, considering yung global rice prices, I think, ng around December, the first week of December, and also yung equivalent foreign exchange niya, based on FOB price of $667 per metric tons, lalabas in peso landed ay, including the freight and insurance, 40.846, then plus tariff payment of around 6 pesos and 6.127, estimated import parity price niya is around 49 pesos. So during a January, I think January 9, consultation with importers, traders, and retailer, initially nag-agree on a 8 to 10 pesos. So nagreklamo yung mga retailers. So nag-agree sila na about 10 pesos. So kaya come up with the 58 pesos. Pero this is for 5% premium, and with the understanding na habang bumababa ang price, mag-a-adjust based on assessment ng based on the world prices, no. In fact, the secretary has instructed ASEC Bebang na may decrease in prices, maybe may expound pa ni ASEC Bebang on the moving forward yung MSRP natin.
Sige. Sige, baka marinig. Okay, baka we could hear ASEC Bebang first, Mr. Chair. Para malinawan tayo kung paano yung formula noon.
Meron po kaming formula na nasa presentation po, pa-flash na lang po siguro para mas makita po natin yung computation po of MSRP.
Hindi tayo makaalis sa discuss sa bigas.
Pero basically po kasi yung computation namin, naka-base po siya dun sa first week ng December pa na landed cost po ng rice, particularly from Vietnam. Tapos nag-add po kami doon ng mga cost based din po from NFA data.
Maybe asan yung presentation?
Yeah. So anyway, balikan ko lang yung si Chris kasi and ASEC Bebang. With the MSRP, di ba, you are trying, of course, to influence the supply chain, di ba? Yun yung tinatarget natin na, kasi nga, di ba, we have a computation